Whenever I'm looking for a new bowling ball, I walk into the pro shop and I see on the walls there's hundreds of bowling balls, and it's a little bit overwhelming. How do I know like what to look for, characteristics or things like that when I'm looking to purchase a bowling ball?
There's so many balls out there, and all the ball manufacturers are really good. They make really good products. But if we relate it to cars, they make economy vehicles, they make four-wheel drives, they make trucks. So it's anything in between. You want to kind of first find out, are you filling a void in your bag or your arsenal, or are you trying to replace a ball? I mean, that's got to be the first question. Then you want to kind of look at the cover. Do you throw it fast? Do you need something that's going to grab, have a lot of teeth to it, or do you throw it a little bit softer? Do you need something that's going to be a little smoother, a little shinier? Then there's a thing that's called RG, which is radius gyration. But what that means is just how easy the ball revs up. And it's a lot easier if you have equipment that you've really liked in the past. And by knowing those numbers, you can kind of go in there and start looking for those numbers again, because this is the type of ball I like roll. And the simplest thing is that the more you rev the ball or you kind of hook it through it, you want a lower RG ball. The slower you are a little bit or down and in, you want a little bit of a higher RG ball. It just changes where it kind of wants to rev up on the lane. But the keys are going to be is how hard do you throw the ball, what kind of surface you're going to be bowling on. Is it going to be very oily, is it dry wood or synthetic lanes, and are you trying to fill a void or trying to replace a ball in the past? The pro shop operator will definitely help you. The more information you can give them, they'll actually lead you in the right direction to get a ball to match up.
Yeah, I'm a fan. I'm not a pro shop operator, but having played for as many years as I did, I know that there's certain balls that I like. And if I look back kind of over my career, the numbers tend to match up, meaning the RG numbers, differential, all of those things. So a lot of times I'll look for those balls, especially if I'm going to a new company and I'm trying to figure out like what makes sense in this whole line. That's something that I look for.
But the key is too, when you're looking at these things, you might not know what a good RG matchup is because you just got your first ball or you've been bowling for a while. Have the pro shop operator help you based on your style, or get with a coach of your style, how you like to play the lanes, how you throw the bowling ball, because you might have high RG balls because you thought that was really good and you might have been a better candidate for low RG balls. But once you get into those shapes that you really like, that's going to give you a good baseline that all my other equipment wants to be around here, and then we just start changing the covers a little bit to match up to the lanes.
So it sounds like I don't need just one or two bowling balls, maybe 3 or 4 different ones depending on how the lanes are or the conditions, things like that. Is that true?
Well, I think it's dependent on if you're a tournament player or if you bowl in the same center week after week, you're not going to need a big arsenal. You certainly are going to look for something that you may want to start the night with, and as the lanes transition and the oil kind of starts to dissipate, you look for something that's going to be a little smoother for you. And then I always like using a spare ball because I just think it's smart, having something like that. So something that rolls pretty early, something pretty medium, and then I like the idea of, again, something polyester or plastic to help you to get those spares when the lanes start to hook. But if you're a tournament player, then yeah, you want to look for just adding maybe 2 more balls to that. You don't need 20. I think 5, 6 at most to travel with is smart.
For a league bowler that's only bowling 1 and 2 houses, I think you need at least 3 balls, and one of them probably should be a spare ball. I think where we see a lot of bowlers get into problems is that they buy 2 balls that do the same thing, and they're so close to each other. I've seen bowlers that walked into bowling centers and had 6 or 9 bowling balls, and every one of them is just the most aggressive ball, earliest hooking ball from every manufacturer, which has really got you handcuffed. You really want to look for balls that do things at a different part of the lane. If you're playing in an open play or a league, you're looking at one ball that's going to be kind of smooth and one's going to be angular. So you kind of start out with a smooth moving ball when it's fresh, and as the lanes start transitioning, you have to move a little bit. You want something that's going to go a little longer and be able to make that turn, so you want something that's going to be a little more angular. But I would start that, and if you're going to tournaments, then you want to start filling the gaps in between.